Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Friday afternoon. We are in deep trouble. There is a clear and present danger, no doubt, and it just got even more exposed last night. And that's why I opened up saying we are in deep, deep, deep trouble. Now, most of us watching this video, we kind of knew this already. However, if you've had your head in the sand, or you're a normie, and you watched what took place last night with an objective, with a sound mind, you should be horrified. You should be extremely worried. Because that is what's been the president over the last 3.5 years or so. Now, I know there's debates on who's really in charge. I get that. However, the world was watching this. Mrs. Dawg made a comment last night. The world is watching this. And I know I said I wasn't going to watch it, and I didn't. I did end up watching certain parts of it, and I've, from what I've seen, all the clips and the replay and all, I got enough. And I've heard all the good clips and all that. Oh my gosh. And I know a lot of people are celebrating, conservatives, Republicans, whatever. Yeah, you know, he was exposed and this and that. But let's think about this. What is next? What is coming? So what happens next? There's all this talk today about, is he going to be replaced? Are they going to keep with him? What are they going to do? And how bad he looked. He looked bad. I heard somebody say when he first walked out there, he looked like C-3PO. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He sounded worse than C-3PO from Star Wars. That opening statement, good Lord, y'all. The voice, Mrs. Dawg even said, she's like, I can't understand him. Had the volume up. Can't understand the man. The world was watching. Can you imagine, and you know they were watching, the adversaries of this country? If I'm an intelligence analyst for, I don't know, there's several of them. I call them Soviet. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. Could throw a few more in there. They had to be delighted. They had to be like, ooh. You know, I mean, what a better time to do something. What a better time to strike. This guy is your president? This guy? How's he going to react to a true nuclear standoff crisis where you have minutes to decide what to do? Can you imagine that? That's extremely difficult for somebody that's with it. Any human that's president. But this guy? Now I get it. You can say, well, the decision will be made for him. That's scary too. Who's that? We don't know for sure. Is it his wife? Is it Barry? I don't know. You don't know, really. That's what's been on my mind today. I also have a very good passage. Bear with me. Stay with me. Stay tuned for a good passage. I'm going to go over that here in a few minutes. But what happens next? Is he going to resign? Are they going to be able to convince him to resign? I think the one that they really need to convince is his wife. Are they going to 25th Amendment him out of there? Mrs. Dawg was talking about that. Like, they're going to 25th Amendment him out of there. Like, yeah, maybe. That might take time, though. Time is short. It's possible. But who would be the next? What do they do about Kamala? Is it going to be Gavin Newsom? The snake. When I look at that guy, snake oil salesman just pops into my brain. Every time, man. Every time. That guy. I mean, you just got to look at California. That's his resume? Okay. Hillary? I've heard people talk about Hillary. I think that train has gone. I think she's struggling to stay relevant at times, but it's not gonna swing. I don't think that's gonna swing. It's not gonna happen. And Trump did well. He didn't really have to do much. I mean, the good thing he did was he didn't jump in the mud and get all, he just pretty much let Joe take care of it himself. Do himself in. It would be nice to hear more talk about the Second Amendment, a cheerleader for the country, the American spirit. The American dream is not dead. We are still, patriotic. Okay, we so need leadership, y'all. We so need it. We just need somebody, if they would just lead. Just lead. What would you do? What would you do without freedom? As William Wallace once said before the big battle with the English Northern Army, what would you do without freedom? Would you fight? Or will you run and hide? It was a terrific speech, by the way. I know. The movie Braveheart was, I know. They ventured from real history, I'm sure. I know. But it was a great movie. Anyway, what would you do without freedom? We need somebody like that. We so need it, y'all. Now, another thing I thought about is, you think they're just going to give up going after Trump now? It's going to double down, because they're thinking we probably just stuck with this guy now. We got to stuck with, we're going to just throw in the towel and concede the election. No, they're not going to do that, because they're evil filled. They're not going to do that. I'm thinking there's a couple of options, maybe three, two options. One option is to go ahead and, July 11th is key. July 11th is key. Get him in jail. That still may not stop him. Get him in jail, or there is the other thing. I'm not even going to spell it out. You know what I'm talking about, like a final solution. Hey, they're not above having that on the table. Believe me. You know it too. They're not going to give up that. What else? There could be something else that would happen that would cancel the election. War, WW3, like I opened up with, if you're an adversary of the United States, which there's many, there's many. Russia, China in particular, why would you not go through with what you want to do now while this guy's in there? Surprised it ain't happened already. If you're China, I'm taking Taiwan next week. Maybe by the weekend. I don't know. If you're Russia and you got designs on more of Europe, ain't nobody stopping you. Ain't nobody stopping you. Vladimir, nobody's stopping you, man. Who's going to stop you? Germany? Poland? No. Joe ain't stopping you. Just saying. I digress, sort of. So what could happen? A black swan event, something that comes out of nowhere. Another cough situation. Something that would delay or cancel the elections. An all-out war where things are just completely out of control. A civil war. A huge, massive attack or war coming from within. Think about what's been coming across the border for years now, for months. All these military-aged males coming across the border, no vetting. Where are they? What are they doing? What do they have planned? These are the kind of things that roll through the dog brain, all right? So there's a number of things that could happen here soon, and that could be soon, that would throw an election off the table right now and keep them in power. I don't really care about what you think. You don't get, they don't want you to decide, me to decide, the people. Because they know if they got to stick with this guy, they sure can't win it on votes. So they got to do something else. They got to do something. They're going to try something. You can bet on that. They're not just going to give up power. Like, okay, you got us this time. We'll shoot for 2028. It ain't happening, man. And it's not happening. No. Something's going to happen. Just keep preparing. Prepare for trouble. Change. It's coming, y'all. Changes everything. This changes it all. Anyway, those are the things on my mind right now, today, as I've been thinking after what happened last night with that. You really can't call that a debate, a debacle maybe. But if you care about the country and national security, that was horrifying. As far as in the eyes of the world and of our enemies, y'all, what a better time! What a better time to come after us. Even now, through whatever happens, I mean, things are in disarray. Who's in charge? Can you think of a time when we were weaker? I mean, really? I don't know. Before World War I, maybe? Even then. I don't know. Share your thoughts. I got to go to the verse because that makes me feel better. Woo! All right. Here we go. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting verse 8. The writings of Paul. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not despairing. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. We are not destroyed. We must stay close to Jesus. He is Lord, and we must stay close to Him at any cost. At any cost, y'all. That's the main number one focus right now. Our faith, spiritual prep. Okay? Can't say it any plainer. Say it any more clear than that. Anyway, again, share your thoughts on this. Going into a weekend, let's be watchful, but let's do the things. Let's live our life and just be safe out there. Be careful. God bless you, and I will see you soon.